Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Trissa Kartika from class 3A. Today I will presenting a speech with the theme of gender equality in order to fulfill my final assignment of academic speaking subject. Gender equality is the state in which people have equal access to opportunities and resources regardless of their gender. It refers to the equal responsibilities and rights of both men and women. However, for a long time now, gender equality has been downplayed in our societies. According to the United Nations, there are some parts of the world where women and girls are still discriminated against in the labor market, education, and in health sectors. A survey directed in April and May by the Pew Research Center's Global Attitudes Projects demonstrated that in both developing and the developed nations there is an articulated gap between beliefs in the uniformity of the genders. That is, many individuals around the globe believe that men should get better treatment in some areas, especially education and employment. A review found that regardless of confirmation that gender equality is being practiced in our communities, some people still view the male gender as more superior than the female gender. Studies reveal that a lot of people around the globe often argue that they support equal rights for women and men, yet many of them still believe that men should get special treatments with regards to higher educations, jobs, or even at times the basic handy jobs. Critics argue that gender equality is a woman's issue, therefore measures that include men are likely to fail. They explain that women and men tend to live two different worlds they have completely different perception about gender equality. According to their studies, a lot of men do not believe that there is a problem with gender equality. Only a small number of men recognize that gender inequality is a crucial issue in our society. Women, on the other side, tend to see gender inequality as a huge and continuing challenge. Therefore, they argue that implementing men-inclusive practices such as gender awareness campaigns, enacting gender equality policies, and the introduction of gender empowerment program is not going to work. They add that gender equality is a feminist issue and men should not be involved when addressing the issue. However, I believe that these critics are wrong. This is because gender equality is both men and women's issue. Men, for instance, may face disapproval or discrimination when taking on jobs and career responsibilities that are traditionally reserved for women. It is evident that gender equality is an issue that affects both men and women in equal measures. Implementing men-inclusive practices will play a huge role in restoring gender equality in our society. Other critics argue that implementation of gender equality policies are not likely to be effective since a lot of men hold most of the top political positions. These policies will take a long time to be implemented. They recommend that gender equality should be addressed through other means, such as creating efforts against gender inequality. However, that these critics do not tell us is that a lot of efforts we see on our TVs usually diminish one gender. Furthermore, most music videos and movies often feature a lot of nudity, especially from the female gender. Therefore, using adverts as a way to address gender equality is not likely to be the best way to restore gender equality in the society. I firmly believe in equal rights for men and women. It is not fair that just because you're a woman you don't get opportunities that men gets, or just because you're a man you have to work harder than a woman. The rights of women and men should be pretty much equal. Here is a fascinating explanation why gender equality should be embraced both with hands in our society. In our society, a woman and man represent two types of divine power, that is, female and male components of one soul. For a person to live a complete life, she or he should possess both types of divine power, which provides the will of giving, the will of subtlety, and the will of receiving. Woman usually represents the idea of personal dignity, while men by nature have a strong body structure. They are often externally oriented and more aggressive. The characteristic of a lady, while complex, is not feeble, and men, on the other hand, may appear to be aggressive, but they are not brutish. Men and women must have the two forms of power to be complete. Gender equality has to be restored in our communities to keep progressing. The society must use the potential of women and girls in improving the living standards of other people. Providing women and girls with equal access to health care, education, and work is most likely to promote sustainable economies. Some of the common consequences of gender inequality include poverty, impunity, injustice, and violence. It is imperative to know that violent behavior is often associated with male behavior, and a lot of people usually think that it is a normal aspect of men. This is the main reason why violence is often masculinized. Women are usually the victim of gender-based violence because of the men tend to see themselves as physically stronger than their women colleagues. Male domination in our society results in the exclusion of a lot of women, hence affecting the social and economic structure of our communities. Moreover, gender inequalities breeds poverty. This is because it denies one party a lot of opportunities, including lack of access to health service and education, and lack of productive opportunities in the society. Therefore, gender equality is vital in the fight against poverty, since it ensures that everybody in the society contributes toward development and eradication of poverty. From these consequences, it is evident that gender inequality has a lot of negative impacts on our societies. Hence, we should implement the measures which help us restore gender equality in our societies. Let us be defined by our individual actions, kindness, and decency to others. At the end of the day, regardless of who you are, each and every individual deserves the opportunity to reach his or her potential. Equality of the sexes is not merely an idea but a birth-given rights. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.